and this is something we have been designing, dreaming the entire time that I've been on the board. So it's taken us 10 years to get to this point. Hi, I'm Denny Jordan, Chairman of the Wayne County Park Board. We're at Barnes Preserve, which is southeast of Wooster, a few miles. This is a 76-acre nature park. We have this land courtesy of the county. We have done a lot over the years, wrote grants to get the funding to put these nice asphalt trails in, and we're still working on projects trying to improve it. We're hoping more and more people come out. The 76-acre property here was actually the working farm for the county home, which is across the street. The county obviously owned the county home, this property, and the area up above where the water tower is. And they weren't using this, so they said, it'd be nice if we could have it be a park. And they signed a lease with us that we have care of it for the rest of time. And so we've been trying to manage it such, but these two ponds or lagoons that were here were actually the stormwater runoff from the county home property across the street. Well, this is a project that's being done as a result of funds that we were able to acquire by grant writing. Clean Ohio has a program through the state. We were able to get funding from them. We also were able to get a capital grant from the state, which enabled us to start working on this project. We're doing this to ensure that our contribution to that little stream is good water, it's been filtered, it's healthy, and so the real purpose behind this is a wetland restoration and improving water quality. With the idea of having all-inclusive, our almost mile of ADA compliant trails up above, we wanted to have a place where kids with disabilities could fish. So we built a fishing dock that they can roll up to the edge and fish, catch and release program. This wetland area just past Tiffany, the boardwalk was designed to give people a slightly elevated place to be able to observe that wetland area. Off of Seacrest, about where that telephone pole is, there will be an entrance there and a parking area. And then there will be an ADA paved walkway that comes to the deck area. We're going to have a trail. Out here, it's going to be packed limestone that is going to go all the way around the perimeter. There are springs all along the base of the hill here that dump water into the ponds, and they are going to be the main source of keeping the ponds full. The water is actually going to come up about to right here. So you're going to have this foot deep stuff that's going to be kind of a marshy edge and all kinds of native plants. We've already begun planting native stuff in. Those bushes along that edge are swamp rose, and they are absolutely beautiful when they're in bloom. So it's going to be aesthetically pleasing along with biologically healthy. Maple trees are being planted in various places. So envision someday those 3 oak trees on the corner are going to be tall enough to block out the radio tower. We also redesigned the shape of the ponds to make them more natural. They were all very uniform, about 6 to 8 foot depth, and they were so shallow that they heated up and had problems with algae blooms every summer. So now we're going to have a variety of water depths. We're going to have deep water for the fish. We're going to have shallow areas, shelves and benches for the spawning areas, and then we're going to have very shallow wetland fringe around the outside edge. We're going to have the ability to put plant species at the proper water level and wetness and so on to be able to have them thrive. And we tried to go with everything that is nature friendly, food source, shelter. So it's going to be pretty when it starts blooming. All of these grants require 25% matching, and we are an organization with no funding. Everything we do is volunteer work, donations, and any grants we can write. The county commissioners did help us out meeting that 25% matching fund. So it's 3/4 grant money, a little bit of our money, and a little bit of the county commissioner's money. So that's how this was paid for. This did not really cost the taxpayers a cent. The physical part of this will be done by the end of summer, like September. We will have to put the trail in once everything else is done, and then there will be some additional landscaping that will happen in the fall. We also will be stocking the pond with fish, which will take a while to settle in, but by next year springtime it's going to be up and running full go.
You can enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
Springtime.
Oh yeah.
2026.
But it's going to turn out very, very nice.